Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. This video comes from YouTube, and this sheriff in one of the counties of Florida. They are not playing when it comes to this whole riot, protest, safe protest, as the Democrats would say. They're ready and they're able and they're willing to pull a bullet in your ass if you get out of line over in their county or over in their state for that matter. So yeah, they said they're not gonna be like California, they're not gonna be like here in Washington State because it's a bunch of cream puffs here that run this state, especially here in Washington. They don't too much care about the laws over here. They let people do whatever and get away with it. They're soft on crime, super soft on crime. But in Florida, they ain't playing. Check it out.
Usually is elegant in how I say things. So I'm gonna first say that peaceful protests are part of our democracy. We invite people to share their opinions. That's what our country is all about. The key word in that is peaceful.
Yep,
And
First
if it's
Amendment,
peaceful, us in
done
law
right.
enforcement are going to make sure you have a safe environment to do it in. That's part of that process. If you let it turn violent, whoo,
Woo!
you do not want to do
Like
that in
Ric
Brevard
Flair.
County. I'm
Woo!
going to tell you that, and I believe I can speak for my fellow sheriffs around the rest of the state. You don't want to let it happen. And just so there's no confusion, because I don't want to hear any whining later saying we didn't know, I'm going to break it down for you, all right? Because as you watch these riots unfold across the rest of the country, what you are seeing is buildings being burned down, police cars being bricked, having explosive devices thrown on them, having fire, guns pointed at them, bricks thrown at them, all and on.
Burning U.S.
So I'm
flag,
gonna break it down for you, all right? And if
Barney
somebody
style.
wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail.
Straight to jail.
Let me be very clear about that.
Straight to jail.
If you block an intersection or a roadway
Jail.
in Brevard County, you are going to jail.
Jail.
If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tight
Jail.
because we are going to run you down and put you in jail.
Go chase
If you
your
try
ass.
to mob rule a car in Brevard County,
Speed bump.
gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street.
As you should.
If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have.
A big beautiful dog. Fuck around and find out. They are not playing. Amen. Amen. Hopefully a lot of other states start doing this exact thing.
If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you
Good.
graveyard dead.
Graveyard
We're not
dead.
going to play. This has got to stop.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching what's taking place out there. You're seeing police officers that are being attacked, being spit on, being put in harm's way just for doing their jobs. You're seeing
It's crazy too because like they're doing their job. They're enforcing the laws, local laws and federal laws, and people are attacking them. They're breaking the law already being over here illegally. They're breaking the law again, resisting all of the laws. And they're breaking the laws just for, attacking police officers, other people doing their jobs. It's sad.
ICE agents that are being targeted for doing their jobs. And you're seeing obstructionists that are doing all of this, standing in the way of law and order. Not here, not in the state of Florida. So to make it real simple, if you don't want to have any of those things happen to you, obey the law. Go protest all you want. Do it peacefully. Stand on the mountaintops and yell your opinion, your views. We invite that. But don't you dare break the law, because it won't go well for you. All right, General? Thank you, sir.
Shit, maybe I should move to Florida instead of California, instead of here in Washington.
Yeah, I think, our great governor, I think, said it well yesterday. If you're a family out there, you're driving, and all of a sudden you get surrounded by one of these angry demonstrations that's turned
GTA,
violent,
motherfucker.
you don't need to sit there and wait while people smash your window and damage your vehicle and put your family in jeopardy. You drive. Just drive. Get yourself out of harm's way. If somebody's in front of you and they're threatening your vehicle, you just drive. But we're grateful to have a great president and a governor that respect rule of law. And in Florida, you're not going to see anything like you're seeing in California.
That's what I'm saying. I wish that was here in Washington or Seattle specifically, but man, we cream puff over here. They soft on crime, soft on everything, and now they're talking about this super huge protest that's gonna be happening this Saturday. Say 2,000, 3,000 plus people, and Seattle already they're already short on officers available, and they're gonna get overrun. They did it in 2020 during the George Floyd riots. That's how they were to take over one of the police stations. So they're starting to prepare right now for what I saw walking through the city earlier today. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I wish they had the same mentality here as they got over in Florida as far as the law enforcement. They ain't playing. So I'm looking forward to seeing those reports. If somebody does try to do something like that, it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better. That's for the entire nation. So we'll see what happens. People risking their livelihoods, risking their lives, risking everything to protect people breaking the law. It's crazy. That's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on it. Comment down below. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, give me a thumb up, and I catch you next video. Peace.